He'd disappear for hours, never call, never explain. And the one time I didn't tell him where I was, he panicked, so I gave him a taste of the very thing he'd been feeding me for months. Silence. If you've ever been ghosted, ignored, or treated like your time doesn't matter, you're going to love this story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in for a quiet rebellion with loud consequences. At the time, I was about 25, living in a small, cozy apartment with my boyfriend. He worked in financial planning, a job that sounded impressive on paper, but in reality, it just meant endless hours and no schedule, or at least, that's what he told me. You see, every day was a guessing game. Would he be home at 5, or 9, or midnight? I never knew. I'd ask, politely at first, "Hey, can you just give me a heads up when you think you'll be home?" And every time, I'd get the same non-committal shrug. "I don't know. Depends on how the day goes." But here's the thing. It didn't just go differently each day. It went radio silent. This was back in the day before smartphones, before GPS tracking and read receipts. He had a car phone, and I knew it worked. But somehow he just couldn't be bothered. And slowly that silence started to eat at me. Not knowing. It wears you down. I'd cook dinner, then watch it go cold. I'd cancel plans thinking he'd be home soon, and every night I'd sit in that damn apartment, refreshing the clock, wondering if maybe, just maybe, I mattered enough for a simple phone call. And the worst part? I started doubting myself. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe I was being too needy, too clingy. He sure made me feel that way. You always want to know where I am. It's exhausting. No. You know what's exhausting? Caring about someone who treats you like an afterthought. My friends noticed the change. I started skipping girls' nights. I'd stay home just in case he decided to show up. I was becoming a ghost in my own life. But the tipping point? It came one night after he waltzed in at nearly 10 p.m. No apology, no explanation. Just dropped his keys on the counter, asked what was for dinner, and acted like I was being dramatic when I said I was worried. "I'm not a child. I don't need to check in," he said. And in that moment, something in me snapped. So I decided to stop waiting. Not just literally, emotionally too. A week later, I made a quiet plan. Nothing loud, nothing dramatic. Just a small rebellion. I told my mom I'd be out for the night, just in case he tried calling her. She's a chronic worrier, and I didn't want her freaking out, but I didn't leave a note. I didn't leave a message. I didn't say where I was going. I packed some snacks, grabbed my keys, and headed to my friend's place. We played cards, laughed, listened to music. Time melted away, and for the first time in a long time. I didn't worry about the clock. I didn't sit by the door like some loyal retriever waiting for crumbs of attention. I came back home at around 4 a.m., quietly opened the door, slipped off my shoes. The apartment was dark, except for the soft glow of the bedroom light. He was awake, sitting on the edge of the bed. He looked at me, his face pale, tight with worry. And finally, I saw it. The fear, the uncertainty, the not knowing. "Where were you?" he asked. Not angry, just off balance. I shrugged. Calm, casual, in control. "Playing cards with some friends." He blinked, processing. "Why didn't you call me?" And that's when I delivered it. The line I'd been holding in for months. Was I supposed to? I didn't think it was necessary. You never call me. Silence. Thick. Charged. He didn't know what to say, because there was nothing to say. And just like that, the game changed. After that night, he never forgot to check in. Ever. If he was running late, I got a call, a message, an update. Suddenly, my time mattered. Funny, right? How people only understand neglect once they feel it themselves. I didn't yell, I didn't beg, I didn't threaten, I just vanished. For one night. And in that silence, he heard everything he'd ignored for months. Sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't loud or messy. It's quiet, subtle, poetic. Because when someone refuses to value your presence, sometimes the most devastating thing you can do is take it away. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. What's the most powerful way you've ever taught someone a lesson? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of justice served. Sometimes sweet, sometimes cold, but always earned.